This is the third and final part of a 3-part series. If you want the full context, then go watch my previous 2 videos on the SUPERITACHI. Alright, so on my last video, I primarily focused on Xavier stealing people's characters and having commissions done of his characters straight up raping these other people's characters. So ever since that video has come out, of course he's kept doing it and much more, and we're gonna go over it. So first, let's address this. Xavier has been so butthurt about my previous videos about him that he's been placing hella privacy complaints on those videos. Why? Simple. Because I showed his face in them and he's trying to make sure he still does all his bullshit completely faceless. And on top of him doing that, he's openly asking other people to send other people's OCs his way so he can continue his bullshit, you know? I mean, like, you know, it's really fucking sad at this point. You can clearly tell that this is a very, very sad man who is realistically and most likely 30 years old and dead ass like still a fucking virgin. Not even my 13-year-old brother talks about sex as much as Xavier does, and you expect teenagers to talk about sex, and Xavier talks about it 24/7. He seems like the type of fucking dork to openly look for a pair of titties in a medical book and tear that fucking page out, like really. So when Xavier isn't spending his stimulus check on constant commissions of the elusive vagina he so dearly wishes to have, he constantly makes posts about these random ass people, calling them pedophiles with next to no evidence. For example, his primary target as of late has been a guy named Virgo. Now, here's the crazy part. None of you know who Virgo is. So on paper, why would any of us care about who Virgo is? Well, according to Xavier, just because he doesn't like Virgo, he thinks you guys shouldn't either. And he takes it to the extent of showing IRL pictures of Virgo's mother and calling her a whore, sharing IRL pictures of Virgo as well, and shit like that. Xavier's unhealthy obsession with Virgo is honestly really fucking sad. I genuinely have no idea where his beef with Virgo even stems from, but all I know is Xavier has a deep fucking hate boner for him. He's also been flat out admitting to buying Asian prostitutes and oddly enough lying about confirmed information about video games. The video games thing isn't really all that bad, it's just more annoying, so we can just easily ignore that with no problem. So with a little extra digging, I found out that Xavier has a Pixiv account. Pixiv? Fuck is that shit? Anyway, it looks like he has a Pixiv account. It's a lot like DeviantArt. And from what this screenshot right here, it looks like Xavier was outed at one point for being a pedophile and having a bunch of lolly porn on there. Alright kiddies, if you don't know what lolly porn is, it's good. You should probably stay like that, but for the sake of the video, I really need to tell you. So, lolly porn is drawn child pornography. The common argument with people who like lolly porn is, it's drawn, you aren't real kids, so who cares? Listen, if you like or have any lolly porn, you're a pedophile. Lolly porn is easily a gateway into actual child pornography. So apparently our good boy Xavier is in possession, or was in possession, of lolly pornography. And when that was discovered, he immediately privated his Twitter and seemingly went on a rampage and accused everyone under the sun of being a pedophile until he ultimately got his Twitter banned. Now the whole thing with Xavier stalking a minor is crazy. The minor went by the name Charlie. Honestly, there was so much on him stalking Charlie that I could not find the beginning, so I have no idea where it began. But what I do know is Charlie is in fact 14 years old in real life, and Xavier took it upon himself to completely stalk Charlie all over her Twitter page, did his usual thing, steal her OC. You have to understand that. Him stalking this child on top of his lolly porn connection sounds like a recipe for a genuine predator. Now, of course, with all that information, you're probably thinking, ew, this guy's fucking disgusting, and yes, I agree. Before his channel got terminated, Xavier was going on a daily rampage of, I found more stuff about Virgo, or send people's OC my way, and he even made a post about getting an Asian prostitute. So yeah, like I said, Unfortunately, there's a ton of I can do whatever I want assholes like him on YouTube. And I've had too much beef with people like him in the past before, so the advice I can give on specifically him is limited. So I managed to ask some questions to some who had beef with Xavier before, and actually managed to get Xavier to kinda shut the fuck up about him. I'm of course speaking about Geekdom101. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I did not get like an exclusive interview with Geekdom or none of that shit. I had to ask him when he was doing like this live like chat with the fans type of thing with his Twitter followers and shit. So I kind of had to like ask him all this shit completely out of nowhere and unplanned and all that. So it just kind of like dropped on him out of nowhere. So yeah. So if Geekdom, if you're watching this, please don't hate me too much. You know, like I said, I kind of had to catch him when he was doing like the whole chat thing, so it was not planned. So please forgive the bad audio. So yeah, here you guys go. Yeah, my bad. That's honestly my fault. I left my mic on mute and I didn't even realize it. That was my own fault.
Your name is so familiar, bro. Where have I talked to you before?
I think I threw a few tweets at y'all before, back on my old Twitter account before that shit even got banned. I had to go through like 5 Twitter accounts.
Okay, let me make sure that make sure I have the right guy. Are you the dude who people thought he died like 4 years ago and he didn't die?
Yeah, that's long ass story with that.
Oh my god, now I remember.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Bro, those were dark times, bro.
Oh, dude, you don't understand. Okay, look, I'm fanboying out right
what?
now. Because okay. I remember you said some shit about like some YouTubers. I don't remember who. And then I remember like we were like, whatever, this guy's talking shit, whatever. And then there was a tweet I saw where it was like Konosuke. They said that maybe your real name, like passed away of like suicide, and I'm like,
yeah, that was. In all honesty, that was an attempt at that shit. And then after that, I went to like a deep ass dark place, and I decided to go like off the grid for a while. And I decided that was best for me because I wanted to like fix my head a bit up. So I can definitely understand where that shit came from.
You, dude.
Yeah, like, bro, what's up?
I'm losing it because like, number one, you're not dead.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's
obviously
because I saw the name Konosuke. I'm like, that name, bro. Like, this was like 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm like, that name. Like, there's something about that. I'm sorry, I may interrupt you, bro. I'm just like. I'm like floored because I never thought like that. This is like taking me back to like.
Bro, it was like 2016, 2017, around there.
Yeah, and you had a YouTube channel, and I remember you had. Dude,
yeah.
And I remember I found your YouTube channel, and it was something about Xenoverse. Again, look, bro. This has been so long, and please forgive me. I don't remember details, but I remember that, and I remember finding out that you had died, and I was like. Fuck, bro. And this dude was young. Like, I think you were like, I don't know how old you were.
Dude, I was like 19.
Huh?
I was like 19 at that time.
Right, and I was like, fuck, bro. Nobody deserves to die at fucking 19.
Yeah.
Nobody does, bro. I'm sorry. So what's on your mind, bro? I don't mean to interrupt you. I can't believe I'm talking to you right now.
So I just, so I found something like good maybe 2 months back. And I wanted to get like your genuine opinion on it, right? So, do you remember like having beef with some dude on YouTube at one point? Like, I don't know if there's a touchy subject or not. Like, I hope it's not. Do you remember having beef with some dude named SUPERITACHI at one point?
Yeah, Perfection. It was, of course I did. It was 2 years ago.
So, with all that crap going on, like, I don't know if you ended up like being updated or keeping up to date with anything that happened with him or anything like that. So. Like, his channel got terminated, like, maybe 2.5 months ago, like, around there. And then...
Really?
Yeah, and then he came back. And then he came back, and his first video back was, it wasn't even surprising, because his first video back, it was freaking Geekdom101 in the title, and I was like, dude, again with this, man?
Yeah, I saw that, because it was about some guy who was giving him information.
Yeah, like, on you.
Yeah, which wound up not being true. The information he got. Yeah, I talked to him about that on Twitch, because him and we talk. Like he pops up at my streams from time to time. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know the details of it, but I did tell him, I was like, look, man, all that stuff's behind me. You know what I mean?
Honestly, like so my main thing is because like for the past like 3 freaking months, this dude has been like wildin'. Like he's back to his bullshit pretty much. And for the past 3 months, I've been trying my best to like, yo, we need to get this dude out of here because he's tripping. Like, he's doing too damn much. Basically, like I hope that you're okay with sharing like what your pretty much your interaction with the dude was like, because I honestly came into the game of this stuff like kind of late, so I'm kind of like there's a lot of curiosity going on with a lot of that stuff.
I look, man, I don't really know what he's doing now. I know that he's kind of gone through, like, it's kind of funny. He's kind of gone through a bunch of us. Like, he had major beef with Afro at one point. He had beef with Rhyme Style. He had beef with me. I think he just, I don't know, he just does this. And listen, this is the guy who he threatened me once, and like,
Bro, what?
To my house. Like, he made 60 videos about me. But we did resolve it. And actually, he had beef with NBA, and they resolved it. I don't know. I think sometimes he just beefs with people, and then he resolves it. So maybe someday, if you're having issues with him, you can resolve it. I really don't know. Like, truthfully speaking, I really don't know what he's been up to. I know that the other day I streamed Uncharted 4, and he popped up in there talking about wrestling. Like, the thing about him is that's weird. The thing about people on the internet that's weird is we have so much in common. Like, this is what hurts, bro, is that we have stuff in common, so why are we fighting? Like, that's always been a weird thing to me, bro. Like, you know, like, we like this nerdy shit. Why can't we just, like, be cool, you know? But I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it was a couple years ago. We resolved it. He apologized to me. I apologized to him for what I said. And we're I wouldn't say we're friends, but we've agreed to not insult each other. So that's where we're at right now.
I mean, you know what I think? I think a lot of people forget that that YouTubers behind the computer are like straight up people. Like, there's no, like, if you're beefing with some dude, bro, like, squash it. Call me on Discord and squash it. There's no need to sit there and threaten people. There's no need to sit there, hop on your community tabs on YouTube trying to dox people. There's no need to harass people for months on end. It's like, bro, come on. Like, you're too damn old to be doing this. Especially like people his age and people our age. Like, we're damn near 30 and you're doing all this. Like, bro, come on now.
I agree with you. Listen, I agree with you. I mean, looking back, man, 2019 was one of the hardest years for me when it came to being a YouTuber. I almost quit 3 times. And
really?
One of the reasons, it was for a couple reasons. Number one, and he didn't help. He actually caused a panic attack. Number one, for me. Number one, the Vic Mignogna thing really fucked up this community, bro.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Just now recovering from that, yeah. And I got thrust in the middle of it when I had nothing to do with it, and part of it was his fault. And that really hurt because there were people who I was friends with who were pulling me on both sides. Like, you know, oh, Vic's a creep, or oh, Vic's being lied about. And I'm just like, dude, I don't know what's going on. I don't care. I just don't want to be a part of it. I don't care about dub drama. I just want to talk about the cartoons.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
You know, I've always been like that, bro. Like, even now, like, on World of Geekdom, you got people who are making videos about Brie Larson hating white men. And it's like, I don't care. Is the movie good? Like, I don't give a fuck what Gina Carano voted for Trump. I don't care. Is she a good actress? Like, I don't care. Like, let her do what she wants. So, like, that hurt me. And then also, when Dragon Ball Super, when I made the video about Super coming back in July, and then that got postponed, people just totally turned on me. Like, there were people who were just saying some of the worst things ever about me. Because I had a pretty flawless record as far as getting scoops up until that point. And now, all of a sudden, all the other times that I was right, all of a sudden now I have no credibility. And it's like, fuck you, bro. Fuck you. I wound up leaving Kanzenshu because I realized it's a fucking toxic community. It's cancerous. I wound up leaving like a lot of places I was in because I got so much shit for Super not coming back because these people were waiting for me to fuck up, bro. They were fucking salivating for me to make one mistake so they can pounce on me. And that's every day on Twitter now. But the difference is that now I'm more mentally equipped because, just so you know, because we haven't talked about this, I went to therapy for a year. You know, last year I went through a lot of shit. I got into a lot of fights, people who were close to me. and I went to therapy weekly for a whole year, and I'm a much better person now than I was before. I mean, I will freely admit.
Shit, man, good job.
What? Sorry?
I said good job on that.
Right, no, and everybody should do it. I will admit right now, bro, that I was a complete dickhead 3-4 years ago. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. I was getting gassed up by the wrong people. I was I had beef. Well, fuck it, we're shooting here, right? I had drama with Unreal End Gaming for like 3 years, bro. We wanted to kill each other. Like,
damn.
We wanted to kill it. Like, we hated each other, bro. And a lot of it was we were getting gassed up by, like, his Discord server was gassing him the fuck up. Are you gonna fight Geekdom? Like, real toxic shit. And then while that was going on, like, Old Pie and Emish, they had beef. And so, like, I got all 4 of us together to do a video last December about the moral arc, and that video meant a lot to me, bro, because the 4 of us had issues, and the 4 of us came together to make a video, and that meant the world to me. I don't even think they know how much it meant to me, because the one thing about Unreal End Gaming is that he came to me like a fucking man at Command Con 2. He approached me and said, we need to talk. And he came with all this evidence that I was being lied to by people who were gassing me up, because they were basically telling me like lies about him. And he showed me evidence, bro. Like, he showed me an audio recording of one of the kids, right? And I was just like flabbergasted. I was like, what the fuck have I, like, what have I done? Like, what have I let people do to me? And I think a lot of the people on Twitter now get gassed up by their friends. I noticed that whenever these kids try to ratio me, they ratio quick. You know why? Because they're in a fucking Discord server planning the shit out, bro, because that's what they like to do. And it's like, it's real fucking easy to ratio somebody when you're planning it out, bro. But the minute that I ratio your motherfucking ass, all of a sudden, I'm a bully. Oh, don't do it. Fuck you, bro. Stop being a victim. And so, the point I'm trying to make is, like, it's so silly because I think they're going through what I went through, which is why I don't stay mad at them. But people, man, like that kid earlier last night who...
Oh, yeah, on that tweet?
There was a kid last night who talked about my dead relatives. He was getting gassed up by his friends. And everybody else was like, dude, you're just saying tasteless shit. His friends were gassing him, and it's like, you just got to grow out of that, bro. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, like, eat up the conversation. There's a lot of stories during my time on YouTube that I can share with people, bro. There's a lot of shit that's going on.
So you've been on YouTube for a long time. So from what you're saying, it sounds like people beefing with you for what you perceive to be like no damn reason or not a good reason at all. Like, it genuinely bothers you, and you're like, look, I want to squash this shit because we're too damn old to be doing this shit.
All the time.
So
all the time. I want to resolve with everybody, bro. I've tried to do it every time. I swear to God, I have tried. There's a guy. I'm not gonna say who, because I don't want people in here to go attack the guy. There's a dude who I've had issues with for 4.5 years, and we have 2 mutual friends, 2 IRL mutual friends, who have told him, yo, Danny wants to talk to you. Like, he wants to resolve it. He wants to get everything square. He won't talk to me. He won't do it. He refuses. And it's like, and that bothered me for a while. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit bothered me, because I kind of respected this guy. But it was like, okay. Like, I had to let it go. I had to let it go, bro, because it was like, you know, because the shit, I mentioned earlier my adoption, right?
Right.
So my adoption created abandonment issues. So because of my abandonment issues, every time I get into a fight with a friend, it hurts. Every time that, it hurts more. Every time that, like, I go through a breakup, it hurts more. Like, every time that somebody leaves my life or dies, it hurts like 3 times as much, because I've got these abandonment issues that I'm working through. So, like, you know what I mean? Like that's why this shit hits me in the heart, bro, because I'm not like other people. Everybody has their own issues, you know, and that's mine. You know, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
You know?
So with beef like that pretty much bothering you, know, what advice can you give for anyone who's like just starting out YouTube and they're clout chasing to the extreme, to the point where 90% of what they do on YouTube is just either like start beef, pretty much. What would be your advice on that? Being the fact that you've been on YouTube for such a long time. Yeah, I noticed that shit crashed. Anyway,
Right.
what I was
Sorry
saying,
about that.
yeah, what I was,
You were asking me advice, but for the person who's doing the trolling or the person who's on the receiving end.
no, so obviously I'm asking for advice because myself, I have a channel that's barely 1.9K, but anyone who starts a YouTube channel and they're clout chasing to the point where their channel is 90% starting beef with anyone just for name dropping for clout chasing, what advice can you give for people like that?
Not well. I mean, I can't speak for anybody as far as what their intentions are, but it's just not something that I do, man. Because I try to keep my channel. I mean, in my experience, bro, like, and I had a conversation with somebody the other day about this. If you want to work with brands and shit, you got to keep your nose clean, and like that means staying away from like getting caught. You know, talking to underage girls and shit
Yeah.
like that everybody seems to get nailed for lately. Like I like if you want to get a lot of brands to work with you and to get because you're gonna make a lot of money doing that. I say keep it off your channel, bro. Like I've never been a fan of YouTube drama, bro, because like it's not like WWE or UFC or even like anime where you can have a fight and you have a payoff. Like
Yeah.
Goku and Frieza gets built up for like 70 episodes and we have a fight. Gohan and Cell was kind of, weirdly built up, not the same way for like, 60 some episodes and then we have a fight. We're not going to, unless it's Logan Paul fighting, KSI or whatever, we're probably not going to have a fight. So
Yeah.
it's going to be two guys talking shit about each other on Twitter. What does that accomplish? So I've just never been a fan of that type of shit. But I never have. Like, I don't watch drama channels at all, bro. Like, the only time I ever came close to watching drama channels is actually recently with the EDP thing, but not because I like drama, but because I'm into criminal psychology and studying like sexual predators. And I'm not saying that EDP was a sexual predator, but he definitely has And so that shit was interesting to me. But I'm not happy that the man's life is going under, but he fucked his own life up for being a creep. So like that's it. Like I don't like I'm not a big fan of like, just I don't like conflict, bro, because it's over the internet. Like, what does it really mean? So that's just me, man. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm just saying because a lot of that stuff I feel like that's been blowing up through YouTube with drama related stuff or wanting to fight with random ass people no one's ever heard of. It's just been like bro, that was common and to the point where it was kind of normal like around 2016, 2015 ish. It's like, bro, you're like 5 or 6 years too late. Like, enough with that. Like, at what point does it stop? Like, at what point does it stop?
I completely agree with you. And if you notice, even Keemstar at Drama Alert, even he's kind of toned it back. Like, he's not as sensationalistic as he used to be. Like, I'm not saying he's still Keemstar, but like, it's not as like like some of the guys like Tipster. Like he'll cover stuff, but he seems to be a little bit more objective. Like covering the news is like celebrity shit. Like like covering like what Amber Heard's doing to Johnny Depp. Like that's whatever. But like making videos about other YouTubers, I don't know, man. Like it's just never really been my thing. Like when I was beefing with Itachi, I made one response video, and that was a mistake. I should have never made that video, bro, because I like to keep my channel clean, bro. Like no matter what I do on Twitter or any other social media platform, I like YouTube to be as professional as possible because that's where I make my money at.
Yeah, it's your job. It's your career.
Right. And when it becomes your job, you gotta just, it's, you know how it is.
I mean,
that's just, yeah.
From what I can see, 90% of people nowadays want to be YouTubers and all that and make this their career, and that's perfectly fine. If it's your thing, it's your thing. But a lot of channels like his nowadays are just like, I don't have you seen this video this guy uploaded? Oh, fuck him. I heard he did this and all that, and then there goes beef, and then that's how fucking drama starts, and then for some reason motherfuckers pick sides and shit, and then that hurts your career that you're trying to build. Like for what?
One thing I will tell you though, in my experience, bro, is that when it comes to drama and anime, they don't really work well together because there have been a couple of channels like in the distant past, like PK Buggy, and there was actually a channel called Anime Drama. where they tried to emulate Keemstar, and it doesn't work because one thing I've learned is that anime fans and video game fans don't really care that much about drama. Like, some, you're obviously gonna have some that do, but a lot of them just don't give a fuck. They just want to go to YouTube to watch somebody talk about Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
So I've noticed a lot of those channels, they never get off the ground, bro. Like, they might get at the most like 15,000 subs, but I've never seen like a huge drama channel that covers anime. I've seen channels cover Star Wars that can do drama, and like like celebrity shit, like mostly a lot of celebrities. But as far as talking about other YouTubers, most of the YouTube people just don't. And you're right. Like, I think a lot of YouTube kids have kind of grown up, and there's gonna be new ones coming in, but I think a lot of them are just kind of past that now. It feels that way. I don't know. But I don't watch that kind of content either, bro, so I can't even judge it,
Yeah. I mean,
like I said, when I'm on YouTube, bro, I watch stuff about retro games, I watch stuff about health, and I watch stuff about investing. That's it.
yeah,
Like,
I mean,
I'll
you
see a
hop on
Dragon Ball
YouTube
video
because you
once in a
want
blue
to,
moon,
yeah, because you hop on YouTube because you want to chill out and relax, not sit there and wonder. You don't want to hop on your freaking recommended page and pray you don't see another freaking video about you. Like,
That
dude,
was
I
my
want to chill
life
out
for
and I want to
about
relax.
a whole year, bro.
Oh, nah. See,
I swear to you, that was my life for a whole year, dude.
that's,
I used to dread going to the YouTube fucking homepage. Like, what are they saying about me now?
like, see, no, especially if you try to just remain problematic and someone just picks a fight with you just cause.
Yeah, man, it's the internet. Luckily for me, all the mental health stuff I've done, I've learned a trick. Actually, I'll share a trick with you.
Mm-hmm.
My therapist gave me a really cool trick that I love, that everybody should be using if you ever run into people on the internet that bother you. She said, and this is genius shit. I mean, she's a PhD. She knows all the tricks. That if somebody's fucking with you on the internet and they're trying to get under your skin, pretend that they're just an animal. Like, in your head, transform them into being a dog. And you just, or a little puppy, like, isn't that cute? If you minimum, because they treat us like we're subhuman.
Yeah.
So we might do the same shit to them. So if you see like somebody who's actually trying to fuck with you, just pretend like they're like a little puppy or a little dog or something like that. And usually that helps. Like, usually that, I mean, for me it helped. It kind of emasculates their point. Because usually when somebody's coming at you, it's because they're coming at you from the bottom up. Like,
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, people who are big don't go after small people. And most of the time. So, like, it's always the small ones trying to get after the big ones. It just doesn't work, bro. Like, people on YouTube want to watch content. They don't want to watch you hate on somebody else. Most people. That's why I think that, like I said earlier, I think Twitter is more toxic than YouTube, bro. I know people don't think that, but I think that.
Yeah, I can
way.
see that. I can definitely see that. That definitely sounds like it makes sense. I mean,
that's just me, man. I don't know.
Like, the whole reason that he specifically bothers me so much is like I've seen a lot of the things he's done over the years, and I've just stood quiet about it. Like, I just sat there and just watched it, because at one point he just started off as just being some dude annoying on Xenoverse. It's like, you're not really hurting anybody, you're just being annoying. But then it turned to, like, I haven't heard anything about him in like good 2 years, and I had forgotten he even existed at that point. Until, like, I was just scrolling through Twitter, and somebody retweeted something about someone being harassed by him so much to the point where they attempted suicide. And since me and you started this call, that hits a nerve with me. I was like, oh no. I was like, no, dude, why would you do that? And then saw that it kept progressing.
I respect that, but the thing is, you can't be a hero, because, like, you're not going to be able to stop him. Like, the only thing you can do is report if you cross the line. Like, I'm just being real with you. Like,
that's exactly what I'm doing.
If you start making videos about him, I'm saying, if you start making videos about him, you're going to give him more spotlight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a mistake that I made. And actually, a story people don't know, and I never told you this or anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Keemstar about it. I actually legit. Keemstar, when Itachi was coming after me in NBA and he was posting pictures of NBA's like kids, a bunch of people on my Twitter feed hit up Keemstar, and Keemstar sent me a DM and was like, "What's up?" And I have Keemstar's DMs open, bro. And I told him, I was like, "This is what's going on." Bob, perfection, bro. And he goes, "He's really small. If I do a drama alert on him, he's gonna blow the fuck up bigger than you. It's gonna be a nightmare. The best thing to do is ignore him." Keemstar said that to me, bro. And it was like, I'm serious. He said that to me. He's like, "If you need me, I can talk to YouTube about it, but, you know, me covering this is not a good idea." And that's when I kind of realized that even though Keemstar's got a bad reputation, he's also a human being. And that's the thing, man. Everybody here's a human being, you know?
Yeah. Because, I mean,
that's what I would do. I would focus on you.
Yeah, because at this point, it's not cloud chasing. Because, like, I'm not in for the views. I don't give a shit about the views. The main thing is I'm always like, dude, you gotta like spread the word about this. Spread the word as in like report this dude, cause like there's hella things he's been doing that's been absolutely nuts, that goes beyond harassment. Now it's into the territory of like doxing, impersonation, and then stupid stuff like art theft, and it's like why? So now for like a good while now, people have been approaching me with like stuff about him, and they're all like fearful of him, and that's another thing that bothers me. Like, why do you fear this guy? It's a dude. He's not a god. It's a dude.
I know. Yeah, I mean, I know that if he, one thing I will tell you is that if anybody on YouTube posts like an address or something like that, like, that they'll take it down pretty quickly most of the time. So if there is a dox where you have like a real name, probably not. Well, actually, they might. But if there's like a dox, well, actually, no, I think they do for real names now. But yeah, it usually works faster on that than just somebody talking shit. That's in my experience.
Well,
but it's been a long time. So
yeah, that stuff's still up.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I mean, the problem is that YouTube will get to it when they get to it. There's just no way to like predict when that'll be. You know, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I've been down this road already, and I have, and it's like, I don't know. Some people just don't change, or maybe he didn't. I mean, I thought he was changing, but
nah,
maybe he gets gassed up by other people. One thing I will tell you, I think he does get gassed up. So we all get gassed up, and that could be a thing.
We all do, but at some point, it just makes me like more sad than angry, really, because it's like why are you doing this, man? Like at one point I just like feel bad for the dude, really, because like there's got to be something that's making you do all this. Like something broke that dude.
You just can't let it bother you, bro. Like that's the way I see it. But, look, it was good talking to you. I'm glad that you're okay.
Yeah, man.
I cannot believe it. I remember reading that shit, bro. I can't believe that. You know how weird that is for me? I was like, fuck, is this for real? I mean, I understand you were going through a dark spell. I was like,
yeah.
What? And then you're okay, so that's important. Well, good luck with everything, bro.
Yeah, man.
And, hopefully that'll, like...
Basically, if you ever end up dealing with someone like Xavier, attention is the last thing you want to fucking give him. So, what do we do about Xavier's pedophilic behavior? Well, recently, KIWIFARMS updated Xavier's docs, and I can't post the address here because Xavier's bitch ass hit me with another privacy complaint. So, what I can say, if you go follow my Twitter at Hale2K, you'll find his address in my bio, and this is his local police department. Look, listen. If you feel like Xavier needs to be put away for his pedophilic behavior, his harassment, his doxing, his impersonation, his online bullying, I greatly encourage you to call his local police department and make a police report. Give him his name and his address. Explain everything he's been doing to people online. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to give you a bit of some bad news. You cannot report to the police that he stole your OC and sexualized your OC. I'm sorry. But they'll do nothing about that. An OC being stolen just isn't anything important to the police. So, if your OC's been copyrighted, then you're gonna want to speak to a lawyer. I myself have called his police department and made a police report, so I've done my part. I can only encourage everyone else to do the same. As for everyone who's like scared of him to freaking call the police or anything like that and afraid they're gonna call me back and ask for fucking lawyer and shit like that. They're not. You're making a police report. They're not gonna fucking ask you to bring any other shit into it. So I'm sorry, but for everyone who's scared to do so, listen, I love you all, but I have to be blunt here. You're gonna have to grow some fucking balls, man. I'm sorry. Now, this will be my last video exposing Xavier. I don't want my channel to completely revolve around Xavier at all. This doesn't mean my fight against him will stop, because it'll very much continue on my Twitter. But as for videos exposing him, this will be my last. So, thank you everyone who stuck around to watch my 3 videos exposing this fucking creep. And thank you to everyone who's helped me build my own community from those videos blowing up. All I have given these videos about him, they received all the attention they deserve. Now, let's deliver the finishing blow and send his fucking sorry ass away for good.
Forever,